Hello and welcome to that Peter Crouch podcast. Notorious SID and the Chris Stark. Regards to your families?
Yeah, and yours,
regards to yours. Yeah, how are they?
Yeah, they're good, thanks. Really well.
Good.
Think of your wife earlier.
You were?
Yeah, I'll tell you why.
Wow, what an opener.
No, because I'll tell you why. Because after this, I'm going to see the new Bridget Jones movie.
Wow.
Because I'm interviewing a couple of the cast.
Different dynamic, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's why I was thinking of her, because I think I wanted to bring it up, but then I thought maybe that's more your other podcast that you do with Abby. But whilst we're on the topic, Bridget Jones, I've never seen any of them.
I can't believe that.
Before.
Have you, Sid?
No.
But Crouchy
You
saying,
neither?
you see, look how
No.
Do you know why? Right, obviously, it's not something that I would particularly sit down and put on myself. But Abby really likes it. So I have sat down and watched with her. And I've got to say, they are fantastic. I'm going to say very good. Really entertaining. Big thumbs up.
He's wrapped it up there, isn't he?
It's funny. It's good.
Do you think I should give it a go?
No, I don't think don't give it a go, but maybe you could maybe suggest that, you and your missus watch it, because I think it'll be entertaining.
No, it's fine. It's fine. You don't need to justify it by saying you have to watch it with your wife.
I'm doing a football podcast and I'm saying Bridget Jones is a great watch.
You don't need to hide behind your wife here. You just say, my name's Peter Crouch. I'm a huge Bridget Jones fan.
My name's Peter Crouch and I'm a big Bridget Jones fan.
There you go.
Have you seen it?
I've not seen it.
Oh, right,
so
okay.
what I wanted to ask ahead of, because I'm meeting, obviously it'll be a new plot with this film. I'm aware the other film was big. The only thing I've ever heard from it is, are there Bridget Jones knickers? As in quite big knickers.
Ones, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But what's the plot
What's the plot?
of Bridget Jones?
Well, the usual plot is there's two fellas, Colin Firth and Hugh Grant, and they're kind of battling for her affections. But it starts off with her being very geeky and not being able to kind of get a fella because she keeps making errors. She's a bit of kind of uncool, and but it's quite funny. It's very funny. I don't know if I've given it the best plot.
No, this is
synopsis.
And out of 5, what would you give it?
Out of 5?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it depends on the genre. Like, it's not up there with like Gladiator or, like Goodfellas or something like that. But for family fun, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5.
Oh. Unless there's another way we want to rate it, because I can see this moving forward. You bring another film to us, every week. Just give us another film.
I just think if you want to sit down and be entertained, and I'm putting Steve in this category because I know it's hard to entertain him. I think if you put that on a Sunday afternoon, get the family round, I think you won't be disappointed.
I want to give it a go.
Great.
I'm going to give it a go. I'll let you all know.
I think bring us another film that we wouldn't expect of you every now and then.
All right. Well, next week, I'll give you another one.
Pete's Reviews. It's great.
Just talking on the other podcast, the Therapy Crouch I do with Ab, something was raised to my attention that I thought I could bring up on this podcast. Wiki feet. You crossed this?
I haven't crossed it personally. I've heard of it. I've always a bit of a myth.
What is it, Sid?
What's the wiki feet?
What?
It's basically
mean.
people's feet rated out of 5 on a website, and pictures of people's feet.
Like legitimately, like they'll have their feet. Some like you might have a picture up of Instagram or working for Capital back in the day, and someone's taken a picture of it, screenshotted it, and they're rating your feet.
So then, how does it work, Sid? You log on and type in a celebrity's name, and
I've been on it for a week. It could have changed.
Yeah.
This year's, I've been on it for a week. This year's here, Abby. Plenty of pictures of Abby. Not a lot. Like her feet, you have to look for them quite a lot. But she's got a 5-star rating on it.
5 out of 5.
5, yeah. She was very good at it. But what I realised here is, her feet are in it, but they're very much, I would say, model poses. But what I did want to raise your attention to is, I also have a 5-star rating on Wiki Feet. Yeah.
Can we get Pete's feet up, please? It says rating 5, beautiful feet.
Well, I just want to give you some of my stats here.
What do you mean stats?
Well, there's some
Did you get a bio?
There's some of the stats on it. Obviously, it's not. Some of the stats, obviously, Abby, I would expect a 5 out of 5 rating for feet. Me, not so much. I mean, mine are disgusting. But what I realised is, in some of these stats, the rating here, I have 53 votes. I've got 1 1-star, 3 2 stars, 4 3 stars, but I've got 39 5-star ratings.
Well, that's incredible.
So what does it take to have a 5-star rating? I mean, what makes a good foot?
Well, you can see them there on picture number 3 there.
But you see, your feet are your tools. And so I would think that a footballer's feet wouldn't be that desirable, would it? I mean,
I've seen, there's been some ugly feet.
Mine are horrendous, Chris. So what I want to know is, what kind of perverts?
Steve Sidwell on
I reckon I've got good.
It's worth us checking.
I've got good feet.
Let's have a look.
If not, are you up for?
I wonder if Chris Stark's
let's
on
plug
Wiki
it.
Feet.
Let's.
I reckon I could be on. My only thing with this whole concept, so you're judging people by their feet, is I think by their nature, if you really think about it, your feet are quite ugly, aren't they? I mean,
some people are really into them.
Yeah, but we cover them up and everything. But if you take a foot in isolation and the little toes just wiggling around, their feet are ugly. They look freaky. Do you never think that?
What's yours?
Am I on? Oh my God, that is my foot. No, can I just say?
Look at the picture.
Wow, can I just say?
What have you done there?
I don't know how they've got that. Do you know what really?
Whoa! It's a 1-star rating.
Can I just say? Bloody hell! I feel like I've got to upload. I've got to upload on a good day. Can I just say what's happened here? Because my foot is black in that picture.
Yeah, no shit.
So you've got a massive bruise on your ankle.
I don't know how they've got this picture because I'm fairly certain that's a picture I sent to a physio mate of mine saying, "Do I need to get this looked at?" Because
he's banged it straight on Wiki Feet.
And someone's managed to get. Sorry, can you click on the foot?
What had you done to your foot there?
Well, I'd done it playing
broken
football.
Foot, broken ankle.
And I was like, I tried to just sort of carry on with it throughout the day, and then eventually I sent a picture to my mate.
That's humongous.
I sent a picture to my mate and was just like, do I need to get this looked at? Do you think?
I mean, that's 1 star. Let's be honest. That's no star.
What tickles me here? I've come in with 5-star reviews. This has got 1 star.
Look at the state of that.
Wow. It's worse than I remember because the mad thing about, honestly, the mad thing about that was I remember texting my mate going, is that all right?
Your mate?
Well, he's Wiki leaked it.
Innit? That's what's happened here.
Yes. He's done that thinking you'll never find out. Mate, look what's happened.
He's banged that on and gone, and you're none the wiser.
He's shocked.
Well, the only reason I'm a little bit annoyed is this shit lives forever, doesn't it, on the internet? I don't want people to think that's my normal. That's a broken foot that you're seeing on there.
Mate, listen, this 1 star, right? I go by the ratings. That's the 1-star foot at the moment.
I'm not on there. Ross tried to search for me and I'm not.
Why don't you take a picture of your foot today? Just upload one.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that myself. I'm like,
sit.
I don't mind someone else doing it for me, but
no, you might have to just for the game. Why don't me and you? Because I'd rather, to be honest with you, I'd rather have a nicer picture of my foot.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to. We could dress it all up, do a photo shoot after.
That's what I mean. So why don't we have a race, me and you, so you can get the highest score for their feet on Wiki Feet? Let's see what they go for.
Okay.
Is this some weird sex thing? Or this website? But we've got nice cameras here and everything, so we can make it look.
We can make it look nice, can't we? Well, I've got some moisturiser in the back with.
I do actually, on reflection, think Sid's is right. It's probably not a good idea. We upload pictures of our own feet to Wiki Feet. It's kind of weird that. I don't know. Did you upload your own pictures?
I didn't. No. I don't know where they've come from.
But there are genuine people out there voting. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to the Friday podcast. What we do is we look ahead to the weekend's games and make some predictions. And there is a sort of league table that's going on. From my point of view, I'm worried. Well, I'm really worried.
I'm really worried as well because Sids, you had a great week. What a fantastic week for Stephen Sidwell. City result, obviously, right. You got a nailed on one, 2-1 to Brentford against Palace. That was a 3-pointer for you. Yeah. And me and Chris got no points. Leaves the standings 32 Chris, 36 Sids and 38 me. So my problem is here, last week I said you two need to fight out, dogfight. I feel that could be the worst thing that I've ever said in my career.
I agree. I think we've logged it, isn't it? It's been clocked, and that could come back and get you, mate. Out of all them years you've done post-match interviews, and you've gone, no, we've done well, we dug deep, it was a team effort. Playing that one off, and then bang, you let your guard down. And that could be that could come back and get
phenomenal from Sid's here. I will say it's fine margins because the predictions for the games from last week, it was very tight between us all. But Sid's, 4 points this week is obviously a huge result from you.
Yeah, I've got to say, I had a great weekend. Come bouncing into the studio today. I've got good energy.
Yeah.
But listen, 1 week to the next.
Yes, it continues.
Wow. So he was very much sitting on the fence there. Footballers, managers interview there.
See, whereas I'm feeling a little bit big Ange.
Oh yeah.
I'm feeling a little bit. I don't like the questions.
Mm.
I'm blaming injuries, that kind of thing. People are saying, when's it going to turn? Don't know. It's out of my control.
Are you worried?
I'm a bit worried, and I received quite a few messages from people saying even a bluey won't save you now.
My God.
That sort of language. I worry because other people are worrying. And I really wanted to represent the people this season. And I thought the power of everyone messaging me score predictions could beat 2 professional pundits. And now I'm really worried that might not be the case. I actually worry more than anything that you pundits maybe aren't just stealing a living and actually do know some shit. Like it's a massive problem.
Yeah.
It's a big problem now when you're bottom.
All right, fair enough. Well, I think we should get into the games, lads. Right, we'll get into the games. Next part of the podcast is supported by Paddy Pound, their big weekend fixture. This is a big weekend fixture as well. This is Arsenal versus Manchester City. Arsenal favourites, 21-20. Haaland to score first, 5-1.
Oh, 5-1?
That's not bad at all.
Jeez. Okay. It is Arsenal. Their defence is very good, but...
Repeat of last meeting is 2-2. 10-1, that is. 2-2.
Yeah.
See that happening?
2-2.
You can see it happening.
Yeah.
But Arsenal's defence is pretty solid.
Yeah, no, they are
would
solid,
let 2 in.
I thought City played well against Chelsea.
How about the start for the new lad? Did you see it?
Oh, yeah.
Tough debut, wasn't it?
Tough one, yeah.
There was a tough debut that. But yeah, 1-0 down. They showed a bit of character to come back and win that one. So yeah, that's tough back-to-back games for City.
Yeah.
Chelsea, then Arsenal. This is a tough one to call. Arsenal. They had the Wolves, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They played Wolves.
Yeah, Lewis Skelly got sent off.
Yes.
So much I've never seen so much chat about sending off.
What did you think of it?
Well, I don't think it's not a red card.
No,
I think it's a yellow card.
Is that general for you?
No, I did think it was odd, but I don't, in this instance, really think that the referee's decision is the weirdest thing about this. I think it's
the
VAR. I think the outpouring was ridiculous, and then obviously there's a huge outpouring about the outpouring. This has been a talking point, and we're talking about it. So look, it's one of those things. But for me, the most ridiculous part of that was to get a red card and VAR not. What's VAR doing in this situation?
Well, that wasn't a red card, wouldn't it?
Well, yeah.
If you sat in the VAR booth, just go, that was a yellow.
Well, but there's too many of these decisions. For me, that was the bit of it that I think there's this massive problems with in how that system works, and it shouldn't be on one referee per se, because ultimately everyone makes mistakes and everyone calls things, and however that happens, I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying that's being human. That's human nature. But that is why there is a system in place to examine this properly. And
apparently, it's got a lot of grief on social media as well. And I think we don't condone that.
No, well, that's just shitty, isn't it?
There's no need for that whatsoever.
Well, we like the officials, don't we? Like the fourth, we've done. I think
made
like
a fourth official.
Yeah. So
it's worth remembering we need referees in football. Like we actually do need them. So there needs to be an element here of remembering that when we talk about them.
We done Crouch Fest and people were dressing up as referees and refereeing chickens at the festival. So
is it the same in are other countries the same in sort of, or are referees treated differently in other countries?
No,
I don't know.
I think it's universal, but it should probably be better. You know what I mean? In various other sports, and it does piss me off when people go, we need to be more like rugby. Like, yeah, I get it. Yeah, it's very respectful rugby, and yeah, we should be definitely better than that. But there's some things we're better at as well.
Yeah,
I like that. I agree.
I'm saying we, but like on the game of football, it's better in some aspects than rugby.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, totally. But I think as part of this, I think there's probably people listening to this that are interested in becoming referees. And what you don't want is a situation where people are being put off wanting to be part of the game from that point of view.
Imagine,
and I think weeks like this week, can potentially have that effect. And that would be a huge shame for the game.
I think at the top level filter down to grassroots level, and that becomes dangerous.
That's where my mind was going with this. People that are going in, because you say we need, not just we, kids, grassroots, they all need referees.
Yeah.
Don't want them getting called off because can't get an official.
No,
but his card got rescinded, didn't it? So he's back for this game, which is a huge game. Arsenal, Man City.
Where do we see it going, guys?
I think I looked at these 3 fixtures. I think they could be 3 draws.
You said that last time.
There is a big call for the triple Desmond this week.
Triple
2-2s all round.
Really?
I could see that.
Well, I can see a draw here. There's a lot on. There's a lot riding on this. But do they need to win? Both teams, considering Liverpool are. If they want, I'm talking if they have aspirations to it. City definitely do.
Yeah, and the thing is, you can see, even though they had a dip, I can see City going on a run.
Yeah, and I think they played pretty well.
I also think away from their positions in the league, I think the 2 managers alone, there is a weird sort of derby kind of feel to it.
Yeah.
Surely.
I wonder what Arteta's been doing this week. Anything different?
what special thing? You mean along the pickpockets or the light bulb or?
Yeah. It was about lemons. Was there lemons discussed? Squeezing lemons. Did you hear that one?
What's that one?
Squeezing lemons into a big bowl.
Was he?
Yeah.
Which symbolises
togetherness.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah. I think I heard on the radio. There'd be something wacky going on. I don't know. Yeah, there's a few players that are missing, aren't they? Arsenal still without Saka. Havertz, he's not really pulling up trees, is he?
That's what I'm saying. I'm just thinking with the injury wise, can they, as good as they are defensively, can they keep City out? I like the look of Marmoush. I like him. He looks sharp.
Really good.
Very sharp. I'm comfortable going first here. I'm going to back City.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
2-1.
That's a good one.
See, I was going to go for that as well.
That's a good one.
What's crazy in everything that is being DM'd right now, like I'm looking at a DM here from Joe Rimmel. He actually says, on that, he says, my name is also pronounced Rimmel, not Rimmel, like the makeup.
Rimmel.
So,
but it's
nice. It's Rimmel.
It's Rimmel,
yeah. No, it's Rimmel.
It'll always be Rimmel.
Sorry, Joe.
Anyone else? Any other names?
Yeah, I can give you a few. He basically says City 2, Arsenal 1. I mean, this is the most varied predictions. Adam, Sam Vors, Tony Mayer, George Sava, Maka, James Fogg, good name. Just saying names now. Johnny Clyde.
I don't know why I'm into it. I'm really interested.
It's quite nice to get a little register, isn't it?
I like it.
Yeah.
So what are they saying?
This is a good name. Jordan Niner.
Jordan Niner.
Niner.
I've never heard of her. No, Mr. Niner.
Well,
Jordan, big 69er.
His nickname's got to be 60, surely.
Oh, that'd be superb.
Should we see what his predictions were? It says, first of all regards to your family.
Oh, thanks. 60.
He's gone City 2, Arsenal 1.
Wow, he's gone 2-1.
I've got to follow Mr.
Do
Niner.
you?
I've got to follow.
I feel like maybe I should switch them.
So, I mean,
that's
you
not
don't
the
have
game.
to.
That's not the game.
Listen,
I haven't dinged, have I?
Are
you going 2-1?
I'm going to follow Niner here. Yeah, 2-1.
You dinging that in?
I'll ding it in. Ding.
So, I mean, we could just sort of be weasel rats here and just copy because we're in front.
Yeah.
What, all season now, copy my predictions? I don't know, mate. That's it.
The weasel rat shout.
That's weasel rat.
I would never do that.
I know you wouldn't. You're better than that.
I'm going to go 2-1.
You're in a dilemma here because you can't go 2 on City, and you're famously
I could.
Sceptical of Arsenal.
No, I do fancy Man City in this game, and I would have gone 2-1. But I know out of the three of us, that would have gone before I would have predicted. But I can still jump on that. I'm going to go 2-0.
2-0 to City?
Man City.
All right then. I'll go 3-1 City.
No one's going Arsenal here.
No, listen, I just think they're missing Saka. There's probably an over-reliance on Havertz.
What about the free kicks?
I think, obviously set pieces, Arsenal can't really slip up. They're 6 points behind Liverpool, having played a game more. They need a result. They're at home. This could go either way. Us all going City is a completely imbalanced view.
The predictions are 50-50 on this.
Exactly. This could easily go either way. I just lean in towards City at the moment.
Just a quick one. We've not really talked too much about the set piece coach. Great character. Seems to...
At Arsenal.
Yeah. Have you ever experienced a similar sort of personality at a football club?
I think there's always someone that wants to get an element more of the limelight than perhaps they're warranted. Is that a diplomatic way of saying it?
Yeah.
I've seen that before. Goalkeeping coaches that are very kind of vocal. Maybe second assistants that are maybe a bit more around the technical area than they should be. Doctors who are getting involved a bit too much at times. So it's all part and parcel of it. Players getting well above their station. It's something that I think happens. And of course, you do a good job, but I think you've got to be humble and respectful to everyone else as well.
Yeah, but next time you do an Arsenal game, I think you should ask for a little interview with him. Do you know what I mean? Just have him for now. Just like go over to Crouchy, who's with the set piece specialist.
Well, they're getting there, aren't they? I mean, I think it's just something that, the game evolves and it's something that we're not used to, isn't it? And I think now the set piece coach, in our day, didn't exist, let alone them being front and centre. So we can't understand it, but life's evolving. And
so when you used to practice set pieces in training, was it just you guys coming up with it yourself?
Coach used to be the main. Coach? I mean, defensively, it'd be the goalkeeper and the goalkeeping coach that would take it, right?
Years ago wasn't it? And the mad thing is, I don't know what all the stats are, but the chances of scoring from a set piece is obviously very high. But you would never practice it Monday to Thursday for a Saturday game. You'd practice it for 15 minutes, 20 minutes on a Friday. That was it. And that was at the end of the session. Or maybe sometimes at the beginning. That was it.
Tony Pulis used to do just a little bit more, to be fair. But that's probably why they were better.
But was that more from a defensive point of view or an attacking point of view?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah, both. Because then they would have named the starting 11 as well. So they would have them taken to a side to have gone, right, these are the set pieces for tomorrow.
See, what I'd love to know... Oh, sorry, Sid.
No, I was going to say quickly, the thing I was going to say was about now the set piece coach is potentially when they could be standing up as much as the manager. Because they get up every time there's a defensive set piece.
Throw-ins or
attacking. Yeah. So they could be up next to the number one dog just as much. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, he definitely is at the moment, isn't he?
Well,
but what I was interested to know is a football club like Arsenal, how many different set pieces have they got in their brain? Like, how many can they apply? Or when there's a corner and the signal comes, really, how many different signs are there? And how many did you have? Because my perception of it was always your team would have maybe one or two special set ones that would come out the locker in the perfect scenario. It's like, we're going to give this a go.
Yeah.
And then once it was done, it was almost a secret was out.
Yeah.
Yeah. That kind of how it was, really, wasn't it?
I think there's times that you can do it. So it'd either be the first corner in the game or it might be the first corner of the second half.
That's
they
usually
might say, which would be like a little telltale. But yeah, once it's out, you got to just put it to bed for 2 or 3 and then bring it back out again.
See, whereas I'm wondering with Arsenal, I think they've got a few. I think there is, by the looks of it, the looks of the conversations that happened before.
Catalogue.
That's what I'm wondering.
No, I think they do. Like a playbook in NFL. But that's not all they've got. But they are getting rewarded for those set pieces, and I think they'll probably score from one. But I just think City left too much, and I think it'll be a tighter game. But I think they might just extend it in the latter stages to 3-1. That's what I'm going to go
3-1,
for.
2-1, 2-0.
Dinged.
All City.
Dinged.
Ding.
Right, lads, we've got the Paddy's Boost as well. Of course, we pick a leg of the Crouch Pod Bet Builder. Mm-hmm. The odds on that will then be boosted by 20% and put on the specials part of the website and app on Paddy Power. I'm going to go this week for a player to score or assist. I'm going to go for Marmoush. I think he's sharp the other day. He was very unlucky not to score. I know Haaland's 5-1. I like that. Haaland 5-1, first goal scorer could be good, and Marmoush in the bet builder.
Okay, that's good. Chris, what are you going for?
What do you want to go?
I'll go for a player to be fouled one or more times. Let's go with Havertz.
Okay, cool. And to be carded, let's go Declan Rice. Only because I saw you talking to him the other day.
I did, yeah. Great to see him. Was down
playing
at the golf.
Yeah,
we were at the range. Yeah, it was good fun.
I saw him examining your putting technique.
Yes. Well, I had a very bizarre putting technique. It was
human pendulum.
The pendulum.
Yeah.
I had to get out of that.
I'd love to see that live. You're still putting that way?
No, I putt differently now. Yeah.
Well, we need to have a game of golf, and we need to get one more for the paddle. But we'll talk about paddle later on.
We need to get on to paddle in a bit.
I don't want to take our focus away from these games because this is serious.
All right, listen. The odds are correct at time recording. Please gamble responsibly. On to the next one. Interesting game, this one.
Yes.
It's Bournemouth versus Liverpool. Bournemouth on absolute fire. I mean, I was at the Newcastle game where they were on absolute fire. And I think, did you do the game on the weekend, Sid?
No, I didn't.
Watched it.
Just watched it. But Alan Shearer did say that Bournemouth was the best team that had gone to St James's Park.
Yeah, I was there. I'm not joking. They were brilliant. And Newcastle were, I think they'd won 9 in a row, hadn't they?
Yeah,
and they came to St James's Park, Bournemouth. I thought the two midfielders were exceptional. Cliver is in mad form, and they got a host of injuries. They had kids all on the bench again.
Yeah,
and they're on fire. They really are. But Liverpool, is it a different proposition?
I mean, look, they're sitting 7th in the Premier League with 40 points. I remember when Bournemouth played Man City at home, and I know that was probably, it might have been at the start of their run that Man City was on, when they was not picking up points, but they absolutely tore them to pieces. Well, like went man for man, pressed aggressively on the front foot. Man City didn't know looking. It'd be interesting to see if they do that against Liverpool. They're in a real good run of form, really good run of form. So what we're looking at, their last, the recent run of form, 4 wins, 1 draw in their last 5 matches across all comps. So unbeaten in 5.
They're banging goals in as well, by the way.
Oh, well, they've done Forest, didn't they?
Smashed them, right? So, like, I know there was a few chances as well they gave up as well, and I do worry that, Liverpool will punish them if they give any chances away.
That's the thing. They are playing phenomenal, but it's Liverpool.
Who are also flying.
Yeah.
Surely they can't let this one go.
What I'm thinking is, I've said this before though, how many teams are going to be surprised by Bournemouth's performance? Like,
against Liverpool?
Well, I'm just thinking, are we going to continually be shocked by Bournemouth?
No. Well, if Bournemouth won this 1-0, you wouldn't go, wow.
So with Bournemouth here now, they are unbeaten in 12 games. And bearing in mind, they've gone to places like Old Trafford and won, St James's Park and won. They've played good teams along the way here. So I worry for this game. That's all I'm saying.
No, it's not clear, is it?
Like I said, I think this has got every chance of being a draw or Bournemouth win. But Liverpool are a machine, aren't they? They are doing well.
They are a machine, and he hasn't lost. But, the loss came against Nottingham Forest. Wouldn't have expected that.
No.
Yeah, and also, you're so right. And I think there must be an element here. Maybe this is where the manager is just brilliant. But you go into a game against Bournemouth and you're Liverpool, you are expected to win that. Even if you
for sure.
I mean, taking the form,
it doesn't matter about the form. It's Liverpool. They're an absolute fire. They are a relentless machine.
Yeah. No, they listen. I fancy them. Do you want me to go first?
Yes. Because I'm struggling.
I would go Liverpool 2-0.
Okay.
I'm going to Liverpool 2-0, and I'm dinging that in straight away.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. I think, just to give you a marker here, Crouchy.
It could be 1-1.
I am gonna go Liverpool 3-1.
I feel like I can't back against, even though I've watched Bournemouth closely recently, don't feel like I can back against Liverpool.
For personal reasons.
No, not even personal. Yeah. No, this is head. This is head. There's no sentiment in this league.
Yeah, so I've gone 2-0. I've gone 2-0. You've gone 3-1.
3-1.
So the question is for you really is, do you think Bournemouth are going to score against Liverpool?
You're right.
I do, yeah.
Well, it stinks of 2-1 then, doesn't it?
I think it's 2-1. Oh. I think it's 2-1 Liverpool. I can't. At this point in this season, you cannot back against Liverpool.
No.
And if it was any other team, like playing Bournemouth with Bournemouth at home, I back Bournemouth. Any other team.
Great shout.
Right. Okay. Big game. Got a big game for you. This is Ipswich versus Southampton. What are we saying here?
Southampton. Let's just. Do you think they are going to go down as officially the Premier League's worst team in terms of points? Because they're on 6 at the moment, and out of that they won 1. They've won 1 game all season, and got 3 draws. So 11 is the record at Derby.
I think they get more points than that.
Do you really?
I would say so. But having said that, away from home, they've got 10 defeats and 2 draws in 12 away fixtures. But Ipswich is a fellow team down there. A potential, what they need to start winning games. Is this where they pick up their first away points? First away victory?
Who, Southampton?
Yeah. I've asked you the question.
They've got 2 draws so far. You sort of feel like this is one of their best chances to get some points.
Yeah,
no disrespect to Ipswich here, who've been phenomenal at parts this season. But if you're a Southampton and you're looking for points, you know.
Yeah, when you come up, you automatically look against the 3 teams, the 2 other teams that you come up against in the Championship, when you go, if we've got any chance of staying up, we need to beat these. At least once.
100%. If you look at Southampton's goal record, right, this season, they've scored 16 and conceded 53.
Yeah. But then Ipswich have, what is that? They've scored 21 and conceded 47. That's not far off.
No, yeah, some defensive frailties. I think we get straight into it here. I'm happy to go if you are.
Go for it.
I'm going to go for 2-0 Ipswich.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll let you go next because.
Well, I don't know because I was going to go 2-0 also. So let me just have another quick look on the old DMs here. Do I think Southampton are going to score? I'm going to go 2-1 Ipswich.
2-1 Ipswich.
Okay. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw.
Interesting. Okay. Right, let's just move on. Good luck, by the way, this week.
Yeah.
Are you not entertained, Sid? Crouchy, Bonfire and Sidekick Stark.
New one.
Forget all this split the G malarkey. When I was younger, a man in my prime, my party trick used to be sinking 4 pints of Guinness in under a minute.
Jesus.
Wow. I was a volume and pace man. As I've become an older pipe man and beyond my prime athletic body, I have been unable to handle the volume as such a scaled-back party trick to sinking 3 pints in under 45 seconds. Please see the attached video from Paddy's Day in Dublin a few years ago. A 3 pints in 35-second effort.
Whoa. 1, go! I got it.
Oh, look at the cream left there.
That looks like a nice pint of Guinness,
doesn't it? That looks like a lovely pint of Guinness.
Completely wasted by the glugging technique, I would say. Oh, he's struggling here. He's wavering.
There's a lot dripping there.
I'm going to throw it out there. Did he finish that last pint?
Right, there's a little bit left there.
I think the only other thing as well, there was a bit of spillage going on as well on the thing. It's not impressive. I couldn't do that.
It's impressive.
Listen.
It's impressive.
That is impressive. Okay. But there's a couple of factors that we need to come into this to play. So we love a pint of Guinness, don't we?
I love it.
Yeah? We love a pint of Guinness. We like to enjoy the Guinness. All right? I don't like downing pints of Guinness. I don't like downing pints of anything, if I'm honest. And the Guinness connoisseurs out there wouldn't like that done either in their own establishment. Certainly Osh and the lads down at Devonshire, I'm assuming. So on that factor alone, I don't like seeing people down pints of Guinness. So I'm not overly impressed. I'm sorry, I'm not impressed with that one. Apologies to you and
bloody
family.
Disrespected, let alone entertained.
Regards to your families, I'm not impressed. Sorry, thumbs down.
Oh, thumbs down.
God. Do you remember, I think it was last Friday, we were talking about David Blaine, the magician.
I was slightly underwhelmed.
You were. We got an email on this particular topic. It says, in light of the suggested forfeit, I asked AI to imagine the big man being suspended in a glass box above the Thames. The result doesn't disappoint. I especially like how he's in full kit. His facial expression is pretty accurate too. Please make this happen. And then what we have in front of us, lads, is a picture of you, Crouchy, in a glass box above the Thames.
In my full kit.
It could be great, this.
Well, do you think I have to wear full kit if I get suspended?
I think so.
That is AI as well. So he's just punched that into AI and that's what's come up.
Brilliant, though, isn't it?
Imagine Peter Crouch in a glass box suspended above the River Thames.
Don't encourage our listeners to get on AI.
We're not going to do that.
My worry is that, these things have a habit of happening, don't they? Yeah. And I really don't want to be in a glass box above the Thames.
24 hours in a glass box.
Full kit.
Suspended, full kit. As a forfeit for this podcast would be unrivaled.
I mean, 24 hours is strong. What?
Okay, here's the kicker.
I think it's doable.
Suspended, in front of a rival stadium. Do you see what I mean? Somewhere.
Oh my, no, but that would be dangerous. I think that would be dangerous.
Yeah. You might have to get bulletproof glass.
There's some crazy people around there.
Idea
so
that
David Blaine was it was a different era then.
Imagine just been sat in a box for 24 hours.
It was bad enough then. It was just a few people getting pissed and throwing stuff at him. These days, God knows.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there's some serious security issues there. Right, so lads, you remember obviously the Muff? We're kind of twinned with Muff on this podcast. Well, we've had a lot of emails in. This particular one comes from Ryan Larkins, who's been to a town in Germany called Wank. Apparently it's a lovely place near the mountain. Here's what he says. Yeah, he basically showed a picture of what looks like a cable car, when you go up the slopes, the mountain. And it says, obviously, I love Wank on it. He just says here, at the Wank Mountain in I can't really pronounce the place in Germany, Garmisch-Partenkirchen.
Very good.
Oh, not bad.
Second.
It's in Germany. The Wank Barn brings you to the Wank House at the top, where there's a Wank View observation area. Wank tickets cost €27. There's also an unlimited Wank leisure pass for an unlimited. That's €175. He said that's pretty handy. He said he hopes to go there one day. Sorry, slip of the tongue.
I love the pretty handy.
Pretty handy, yeah.
What were we saying about that?
It was Ryan there from Wellingborough.
I do think if we take the podcast on tour, we should keep a note of some of these places.
Yeah,
100%.
Always up for going for Wank. Going to Wank. I mean, travelling to Wank.
Do you travel for it, do you?
I think it's great. Listen, how good is it sometimes when you see these towns being twinned with other places? And if we could get Muff twinned with Wank, I think that's an ideal scenario.
Why?
Because it sounds like two great places that I'd like to go and visit.
Yeah.
I
apologise for this. It's got a bit smutty at the end here, but there are. When you're in those we were talking about last night, you were talking about. There's one particular one that one of our producers just raised before. He's Lob Seaman.
Yes.
It's a particular phrase that was brought to my attention.
Well, you would. I feel like you've thrown that out there. Sid or lobbed it out there. You said last week it was phrases. Am I right in saying it was phrases that can be said in football And
in the bedroom.
that was
And
it.
in the bedroom, yeah. Well, Neil also emailed in and he just said, watch the bounce.
Yeah.
He obviously watched the bounce. Nice. Just very simple. Okay, lads, just a quick hand of pod update. This Kieran's just sent in another belter. He's making sure that they include the 16th chapel, the 4th official socks on the Karma Putra, and of course, a reverse cowgirl involved in this. Right, here they are. They've taken it to Rome, believe it or not.
We are back with a Hand of Pod European tour. This time we're in Rome, and just like Jose Mourinho, this is a special one. Stay for the sights, the scenes, and the Karma Putra mischief. So you know the drill by now, standard Guinness, and we've got our game tickets. Obviously the passport has to be ready,
these boys,
and just before the flight, make sure you buckle up, because it's a quick flight to Rome. Straight away into some sights. Here's the Colosseum.
Wow.
We made a wish at the Trevi Fountain that we'd find the home of the hand. Let's hope for that one. And we'll maybe really help in
He's
Spanish
got his hand and
really
thrown a little coin in.
And this takes me back a few years on the podcast.
Spanish steps.
We're heading to the home of the Pope and the 16th chapel.
Oh, the
Glorious.
16th chapel. Don't tell me the hand's taken to the 16th.
Capitale between Lazio and Roma. And this time we were lucky enough to go to the 125th anniversary match for Lazio. The stadium was bouncing, the atmosphere was electric, but the game was average, the pizza was worse, and it ended 1-1. Not entertained. But obviously the bigger team in Rome, it's Roma, and especially this guy. I mean, the city loves him. The shirts everywhere, and they even have 2 murals around the place.
What a legend.
Look at this. It's massive. It gets lively in the evenings, and this guy might even have smoother legs than Bonfire. But look at this, the Shamrock Pub. Another football lover's dream.
Look at that.
Wow. What we've all been waiting for is
Irish pub there.
The 4th officials with Karma Putra.
No, not another one.
And this
part
time,
3.
It's the reverse 4th official squat. Just make
the
sure
reverse
you leave your socks
4th
on.
official squat.
Now for the proper time to find the home of the hand. We did find this place, and I was a bit concerned about how many hands there were. I mean, if mannequin hands were the size of Crouchy, we'd be in the right place. And it does reassure me that we are getting closer to finding the hand, but this place just wasn't it.
I just don't know what to say about this.
And we left. And that saw an end to our trip to Rome. We didn't find the home of the hand, but we are getting closer. Where should we go next?
Okay.
Wow. Honestly,
we've got to encourage people to go see this video, right? And go check out the YouTube if you're just listening to this. I don't know if this goes on social. Does it go on? So it does go on
get
socials.
it on the socials as well.
But do you know what I'm finding mad about this? Like, I wasn't aware this fella was going to make a little series of them. They are brilliant how he goes and does this.
Good, Kieran.
But the lad on the toilet, I wasn't aware this was going to be a sort of regular segment to it.
He travels all over the world. I mean, can I just explain to the audio listeners? He's in his socks with no gear on.
Yeah.
No clothes other than socks. But his feet are on the top of the toilet.
Yeah. Squatting.
I hate to say it, but in barbecue terms, he looked like a beer can chicken.
Yeah. He did.
Wow.
He did.
But it's so bizarre that one of them is filming and goes past the toilet and his mate is just still in there. Yeah. And he's doing this in every country they go to.
He's done it all over the globe so far.
It's a bizarre series, and I still don't know how I feel about it, but I think it could be incredible.
No, I love it. Absolutely love it.
Wow.
Right, yeah. So just before we go, Chris, didn't you get into paddle recently?
Oh, yeah, boys. So did my first game of paddle. I had my second game this week. And for this one, I thought I'd introduce my wife because I basically was invited there, and you need to normally bring +1, right? Because you need 4 of you. So me and my wife turned up. We met a lovely couple. This was at the sort of paddle courts in Maidenhead. And so me and my wife met Dave and Jane there for a game of paddle. And obviously me and my wife were really inexperienced. It was my wife's first time. But Dave was just brilliant in the situation and
put her at ease straight away.
Massively so. And I just wanted to give them a huge shout out for being so brilliant. So he basically offered to play with my wife and I obviously played with his. And it was
and how was it for you both?
Well, it worked. It was better because I think you just need that little bit of experience that you get from a more seasoned, you know,
and this is your wife's first game?
The first game, and
did
actually
she ease her way in?
Well, I think the Starks did all right in the in sort of the situation, and for, for a first run out, I thought, can't wait to do it again.
Great.
And
Okay.
I guess my main question for you boys is like, when are we at it? When are we going to have a go?
With the wives?
Well, yeah, we could bring the wife. How do you? Is it abnormal? Because I believe this is what you do in paddle, right? You bring your wife.
Is this something that you and your wife are trying to?
100% do it together. But do you do it with your wives as well?
I have played with my wife. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, we can do fours, and then what's Ab saying?
Yeah, I mean, she's very, very novice.
Yeah,
very novice.
Yeah, but it was Ria's first time the other day, and honestly, I was
eased by the other couple.
Yeah, because I didn't realise this with paddle. It does seem to be very welcoming. The whole thing.
It really is. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm really in. So you boys let me know when you and your respective wives are keen. Obviously, we'll have to do a rotating thing, won't we?
Of course.
We can't just travel to Maidenhead all the time, can we?
Yeah, but we could do sort of home and away, couldn't we? So we'll come to you at one point and yeah.
All right. Well, listen, regards to your families.
Yeah.
Great.